I'm excited.
Yes, okay. So lots of fun things. First of all, we're going to talk about the biggest thing happening, and that's, of course, that Juice Plus conference, Juice Plus Live in Phoenix is being canceled. First time ever, you guys. And it's a big thing. And I saw some of the conversations going on. And of course, it's just abundance of caution. We are confident of our immune systems, but what if somebody comes to the conference with the coronavirus and they end up, quarantining us and moms away from their kids for days, weeks at a time. We just felt like just the hassles and from a public perception was not the right thing, for I suppose a lot of other reasons. But the good news is for those of us that have spent money on tickets and hotel rooms and stuff, they are going to find a way to refund our hotel rooms. If you've got an airline ticket, of course, you have to connect with the airlines, and then your conference tickets, one of two things. You can use them to attend the online. They're going to have some kind of streaming. They haven't announced all the details yet, but we'll be able to watch the conference in our homes if some of us want to get together and do that. And we can talk about that. You can use, I believe you're going to have a ticket to stream it. So they're going to tell us how that's all going to happen. And for those that can't do that or don't want to, I think they're also going to offer to let you use that ticket for Indianapolis this fall. So lots of options they're going to make right. Does anybody on this call have any questions about that are live? Okay, so stay tuned for all the details. I'll try to pass those details along about the refunding and stuff and the live stream on Mission Possible.
So I guess I'm assuming that it's still, even though it's online, it's still $100.
They talked about maybe dropping the price and give you somewhat of a refund too. There's just so much in the air that I can't give you any facts at this point.
Yeah.
Question. I did hear someone talk about that they might drop that. So I just don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. So good question. Good question. So if anybody is in the Springs and want to get together, any of those nights that you're going to be in town, I mean, we don't have to do it all, but like Thursday night's usually a fun one. There's lots of really great details. I just don't know how they're going to do the NMD speeches, if they'll get them on like this. I just don't know what they'll do. So if anybody wants to put some information out there, if we wanted to get together, it might be kind of fun one evening to do that, have a glass of wine or something. And so stay tuned on that. I'll try to host something here locally.
I just think, can I say something? I just think that this is an awesome opportunity for those who have never been to conference to have a sneak peek at what kind of information comes out at conference. Now, they don't get that live experience with all the excitement, but just the speakers and those NMD speeches. So this is really exciting, and I would love to host it as long as everybo's healthy in my house and everybody coming over is healthy. I will totally host it. I'll be diffusing On Guard constantly, and we'll be sanitizing it. No, I would love to host that at my house or something and invite people over to watch it, because it's really a neat experience for anybody who's never been to one.
You can try to coordinate that locally in Colorado Springs. For anyone's going to be around. I know you're going to be gone part of the time, but you'll be home.
Yeah, for some of it.
Yeah, so if that would be fun, Jen. You have a great place to host it. So stay tuned for that. We'll have those conversations via Voxer and Mission Possible. Okay, where to start? Are you guys all in front of computers? And if so, well, and I can bring up mine too, I guess. I can bring up my, share my screen, but I want to send you to thefreedomrevolution.com. And I want to talk about some of the things they're doing there, and one in particular. So you want to stay tuned to look, there's just ongoing changes there. But let me bring up, I'll share my screen here. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and let's see if I can make this smaller for now. Okay, check out this training tab here. They are doing a ton of work in this tab. And one of the areas that they are doing some work on is in customer care. We've not spent a lot of time over the years in customer care. We bring it up from time to time. And if you're like me, there's just a lot of balls in the air in our business, and sometimes we fall short with customer care. They are going to be giving us all kinds of ideas for customer care. One of the things, oh, they got rid of all of them. Oh, maybe they just started showing up. Huh. Weird.
Maybe they haven't loaded yet.
Maybe not, but here's the larger version of them. What they're doing is and I saw a bunch of them in our call the other day, they are creating just a ton of all of these little graphics to text your customers. People like just little blurbs. They don't want to talk necessarily, and sometimes texting isn't necessary, but you can connect with your customers to let them know when their next order is shipping, and thank them for their orders. Of course, Juice Plus does all of that through email now and so forth, but you still want that direct connection with your customer, right? You still want them to be able to come to you with questions and have that. So here is just a few of what they currently have, but Jennifer Myers showed us just a ton of those. They also have a whole customer care outline. We're not going to go through all that today, but I want to let you guys know that if you want to just do yourself a favor and do some training, here is a great outline of what's available. But I want to stop here for a second and talk just a little bit about how and why this site is going the way it is. Let me find those notes from Jennifer. So let's see. Yeah. So if you're like me, and I've been with the company now for 15 years and have been listening to my leaders and taking direction from my leaders and so forth. And I guess I can take this off of share. And they're saying, you got to get your new rep to do this, and you got to get them to this meeting, and you got to get them here, and we got to do that, and you got to get them to conference, and just a lot of pressure to start your team members the right way, okay? And over the years, what they have decided most recently is that not everybody wants to start out the same way. Not everyone wants this to be a full-time job or even a part-time job. Maybe they're looking to, make $300 to $500. And we've always talked that talk, but we've never really walked the walk. And now what they are doing, you guys, is on the Freedom Revolution, which is designed for us as reps. It's resources for us. They are breaking all the sections into something they're calling beginner and intermediate. So if you have a team member who is just signing up to get the discount, maybe have a couple of people they want to share Juice Plus with, they are a beginner. You take them down the beginner path. They've got verbiage, they've got tools, they've got resources for the person that just wants to do this very casually, right? But the nice thing is, as they're doing it very casually, and they do come to a couple of events, it's still nice to try to get them to an event here and there, they catch the vision. It's up to us to paint the vision. Maybe they think that's what they want, and maybe that's how they start out, but ultimately it becomes a more serious part-time position, or maybe it ultimately, for the 5% of our business that make it a full-time income, maybe that's what their goal is down the road, right? But we don't want to overwhelm them. We don't want them to get them so glazed over they don't even want to be part of our team. They don't even want to be part of our mission, because whether they do a little lot or a lot, they still add up. They still are sharing Juice Plus and sharing our mission with people, and that's perfect. That's exactly where we want them to be. And along those lines, Jennifer and Sean had a conversation with somebody called LT, Larry Thompson. I guess he's a brilliant guy that's in our industry. And he was sharing some very interesting facts, you guys, that just lead right into what our company is doing and how we are approaching this. He's saying that in our market, direct marketing industry, there are 6.2 million people currently in the direct marketing industry. 1 million of those are full-time, so 5.2 million of those are part-time. So again, we have to gear our tools towards the part-time people. Not everybody's gonna, well, it doesn't make enough money to live on this full-time for most people. So it's just gotta be a very part-time gig. But how important to make that extra few $100s, that extra, $300 to $500, $500 to $1,000 a month, how important that is. But as of the last few years, I don't know when the gig economy became so strong, but we all are starting to hear this term gig world or gig economy, right? You guys are all familiar with that. And that's the Uber drivers, that's the Airbnb, that's the Amazon drivers and so forth. All these people that are doing these part-time jobs to, maybe, have an extra vacation for themselves. She talked about, let's see, where is that at? Well, I guess I'll get to that in a minute. Yeah. She talked about that, of this economy, 25% are millennials. And so they just want to maybe be able to afford a pedicure every month or get a fun hair color, right? They might want to go to Las Vegas for Christmas or Mexico for spring break. So, again, they are just wanting a very part-time gig. But, 50% of those people are the 35 to 55-year-olds. And what are they looking for? Again, they're probably looking for that 300 to 500, maybe 500 to 1,000. They might want to put that money towards security, maybe retirement, right? So they have a better retirement. Maybe they want to take their grandkids to Disney World. Maybe that's not in their budget. So they have, a little different needs. And then there's 25%. I'm sorry, that was the 55% and up. I'm sorry. The 35 to 55-year-olds are looking at paying for weddings or college. They're adding to their 401k. Maybe they have a healthcare situation. Maybe they have unexpected, expenses like my daughter is just having with two kids that are needing braces, $8,000, and her other triplet just broke her arm, and Chas just had a appendectomy. She had appendicitis. She's got a $20,000 co-payment bill in front of her.
Wow.
People can afford that. So you don't think people are looking for part-time incomes? Yeah, that's the 35 to 55, and I'm sorry, then the 55 and over are the ones that are looking for the retirement and the money to take the grandkids on vacations and so forth. So just keeping that in mind as you're talking to people, that we not only have a product here, you guys, we have a solution for those few $100s extra a month that go into their income. And how many of us look at what we have as not only a solution for their health, but a solution for their wealth?
I like that.
Yeah. But also what people are looking for is a way to turn it on and turn it off. That's what the gig economy has to offer people. When you're an Uber driver, when you're out driving Uber, you're making money. You come home, you shut that off. So what we are hearing is they're hoping to make our tools, our business, more of a business for those part-time earners that want to turn it on and turn it off. Does that sound appealing to you when talking to people about what we have to offer as far as our virtual franchise?
Yeah, I think it's easier to actually talk to somebody like that, because you're right. The majority of the millennials really just want a part-time job. In fact, they don't even want to work full-time. So, I don't want to work full-time either, but hey, that is just their mentality. Really. That's their dream.
Unlike us, they've been taught to dream, right? And find it work. Go them. Yeah. Jen, how does that feel to you? I know you attract a lot of members to your team that are just doing this for a little extra income, want to get the discount. Do you feel like there's been something missing with the tools as far as allowing you to share it from that perspective, or how? Give me some responses on that.
I don't know. That's hard. I'd rather not say.
Okay.
I just don't know, because I don't know their mentality. They, the people that obviously I've recruited may watch this, and I don't want to say that, it's something that they are just not into or not. But I think that we do have a lot of really great resources and tools for new people. And I think that sometimes when people get into it, they really want to just get a discount for themselves, and maybe just even try it out for a while and see how it affects their health before they start telling others. And so
No,
it's just
my,
that.
I'm sorry. My intention there was to ask you, how would it feel if knowing you had tools that were geared more to people that really want to just do this very part-time? How would that feel to be able to talk to bringing someone on that just really wants to start? Like you said, many people just want to start getting the discount. Maybe they want to earn a little extra money, very, very part-time. I feel like now we are really enabling those of us that have those types of, and all of us do have those types of people that want to join our team. We've got the pass now. We've got the tools. We've got the mentality to be able to do that. And yeah, maybe that mom that you just attracted to your team, she doesn't want to come to, you know, a monthly meeting in the evening. That's the night of her kid's soccer game, or that's the night of a hockey game, or, you know, whatever. So give them grace, meet them where they're at, and, you know, let them do life and
Absolutely.
do this around life. That's really what we want to talk about there. Going back to then this customer care that I showed you guys, that they're going to be offering all kinds of amazing graphics. I also attended some training by Jill Herman. She's a national marketing director. And what she is starting to use with her team is something called Project Broadcast. And this is going to lead right into what we just talked about with all of these great graphics. So for $10 a month, and she hired someone to do this, a virtual assistant, for $10 a month on her phone, she was able to get this virtual assistant to enter all of her new customers, all of her existing customers, all of her team members, and then they set them up in groups. And so then she broadcasts out these texts, and it looks like it's going to individual people. It's not group texts. And so she does auto text when people's Juice Plus is shipping, to thank them for their order, and, you know, send them a fun new little graphic every time it ships. For new customers, she's got to set a series of 4 or 6 or 8 texts that she sends them out in the first few months to remind them to take it, what it's doing to their body, but more in a fun, you know, little bullet items. She's got for existing customers, like when there's a new video that comes out that she wants them to see, how Juice Plus is made. Maybe we have a new cookbook. She blasts that out to all of her existing customers. For a few team members that are really active and would be blessed with inspirational quotes, she puts those team members into a group and she sends those out, so it looks very individualized, and then they can have a sidebar conversation if they want to, if they respond to that. $10 a month is what that costs to have that tool. Again, another way to make this very part-time, do Juice Plus as you do life, but be connecting with your customers. Jen Taylor, does that do it for you?
I don't know. I mean, that sounds really great, but I don't know if I have enough customers to want to do an investment like that. I think that I could probably just send those out, but I definitely like that idea.
Yeah,
sending out those reminders. And
I talk to hundreds, thousands of people every month. I feel like, I mean, I can't get to everybody that I have to get to. So this tool is amazing. If you get it set up, and it's not only if you can talk to all those people, do you consistently, and do you have it set up? You know, are you consistent? Kay, I know you're really good with customers.
And that's on top of like what the office sends out, right? Because they send out the emails, you know, reminders. So, but that's on top of that, just to keep the connection.
Well, and so you guys can let Juice Plus do your connection with your customers.
Yeah, I don't.
Do you think that's the right thing to do?
No.
I don't either. And why not?
Well, it's not personal.
Right. This is a relationship building business. Mm-hmm. Probably 75% of the reason they take Juice Plus is because Kay Addy asked them to. Because they trust Kay Addy. Because Jennifer Taylor asked them to. Because they trust Jennifer Taylor. If it's just a company they don't know, a third-party company like Juice Plus, boom. Yeah. So you do not want to count on what Juice Plus is doing. yay that they're doing it, but yeah. So you want to have those personal relationships. You want to be consistent. And as you move up the marketing plan, you're not only taking care of customers and prospects, now you're taking care of team members, you're setting up calls, you're going to training. I mean, you got a lot of balls in the air. So positioning yourself as you move up the marketing plan, if that is your plan, I think is brilliant. So I just wanted to give you guys a peek of that. And I think for $10 a month, it's for me, it's worth every penny of it. I wish I could find a virtual assistant that would enter all my names in for me. If anyone that has those skills, yeah, to get that done. So the very last training that we're going to do today, however, is very applicable to all of you. And I spilled the beans a little bit yesterday with Jen Taylor. She was very excited about it. I am too. I think it's something that we can all benefit from in some way or another. Have you guys heard of meetup groups? They've been around for a long time.
Yes. Yes, I have.
Okay, yeah. Meetup groups have been around for a very long time. And I've been on and off excited over the past with meetup groups for different reasons. And I want to explain to you why it's so exciting this time around when I heard the training on this. So in the past, when I've gone to meetup groups, I don't know about you, a lot of people use networking groups. And I'm just not a networking group type of girl. It's worked for lots of people out there, but it's just not my style. It's just not my thing. And I would go to all these health and wellness ones. I would go to all these, I don't know. Yeah. And so there were the doTERRAs and the Young Livings and the, you know, the list goes on and on and on and on. There's all kinds of health and wellness, and everybody's selling their product and everybody's wanting to get people on their team. And I just felt like I was, okay. So here's what Janice Gebhardt did. She started attending meetup groups that had nothing to do with health and wellness and everything to do what she likes to do. So, Kay, what do you like to do?
Hike.
Okay, what else?
Work out.
Okay, what else?
Go to coffee.
Perfect, first three things. She went out there and typed those into the meetup groups and found meetup groups that do that, okay? And those meetup groups are for people looking to meet other people, all right? So they're looking for friends. They might be new to the area. They might be new to being an empty nester. They might be new to their little kids going off and they have some time, you know, whatever. People are not well socialized in today's world. We're all really busy. We're using technology. They don't have a lot of friends, whatever. So she went out and she started attending all these meetup groups. And she started filling her funnel with all these people that she liked, that were like-minded, that liked the same things she did. And then she would kind of narrow it down to, you know, look to a few people, key people she wanted to zero in on. But then after a while, what she did then is she created, and she started ultimately sharing Juice Plus a little bit with those people, but created friendships first. Juice Plus did not come up right away, okay? Just started creating friendships. And then what she did is she created her own meetup group, okay? And again, this was not a health and wellness group. This was the Woodland Girlfriends group. She created a meetup group for her neighborhood, attracted 150, 200 women. And what she did there, again, she didn't start out with salad in a jar and protein balls and whatever. She had a monthly happy hour. And she found a fun place to have a monthly happy hour. She had a coffee once or twice a month at her favorite coffee shop. She had walk and talks. So if you're into health, if you're into fitness, if you're into hiking, she would, you know, host these walk and talks, and then they would go back and have a drink or tea or whatever afterwards. You know, just all of those kinds of things that girls like to do, right? And then eventually, and she set this up, and she took the best things out of all the ones that she went to. She saw how other people did it, what she liked, what she didn't like. And then what she did was she tagged them. There's a way to tag them, because I guess there's hundreds of tags, or, you know, whatever, tens of tags. So you can tag, you know, friendships, coffee, wine, you know, whatever you want, how you want to tag yours. And then you start, you know, getting these people to join. You message them when they join, and, you know, kind of establish that relationship. When they come, you message them after they come, say thanks for coming and really enjoyed you, whatever. And then down the road, she said, you know, I don't know, would anybody ever be interested in salad in a jar or burrito in the jar, depending on the group that you have, or, you know, whatever. And then she started hosting those kind of events after she got to know these people and found out what their interests are, to see if anyone was interested. How does that sound to you guys?
Sounds fun.
Yeah. Are you somewhat excited like I was? Do you think that sounds fun? And even if you do it, like what Jen and I talked about, not so much Kay and I, but Jen and I talked about, we're in different parts of the city, and Colorado Springs is big enough now where it's almost geographically hard for us to connect with each other with events. You know, so she could set up and do her meetups up there. You know, we could do meetups down here or individual meetups in our neighborhoods. Or when I'm on, are you guys on Nextdoor? You know what that is, right? It's a app that covers topics in your neighborhood. Okay, so if there's crime, if there's something happening, right next door. Okay, when somebody gets on there and says they're going to start a group for people to drink wine together, they get hundreds of people that respond to those. Do you notice that, you guys? Hundreds. Now, do hundreds of people show up? No. But if you do it consistently, and maybe you do wine and coffee and different times of the day, you probably get more. But people are looking to connect. And I think if you're looking to fill your funnel, I don't know. If you're looking to, you know, looking for some new friends, looking to put yourself out there and see what happens, I think it sounds brilliant. We also have been doing these winter series and summer series events. We could even try ultimately to set up a meetup group for just our summer series or a winter series too, and see how that goes, so people know what they're coming to and what they're into and what they're doing. You know, we could do something like that as well. But I just liked the opportunity of creating these events that have.
Is the ultimate goal with all of this to eventually share Juice Plus?
Ultimately,
is that the ultimate goal?
Yeah, if you see a need, which why wouldn't you with each of these people, right? Yes, the ultimate goal is to say, you know, I don't know if you're at all interested in what I do. When you have that opportunity, when the time is right and you're all talking, they say, what do you do? And they say, oh, what do you do? And I said, oh, well, I don't know if you're at all interested in what I do, but I'm in the health and wellness industry. I help people get healthy. I inspire healthy living, and we are fruits and vegetables to help your immune system stay healthy. And if you're at all interested in more information, we can, you know, somewhere down the road, I'll send you somewhere, you know, this week, I'll send you a link kind of thing. And you move on or whatever, you know, however you guys decide to approach it. But yes, ultimately you would want to connect with each of these people. So I'm going to shut up and let you respond to that.
I mean, yeah, it's a new idea, and it sounds like it's, I mean, you're obviously doing things that you like to do. And so, yeah, it sounds like a fun idea.
You know, you've been hearing me say over the last few months that we need to have fun with this. We need to do things that we enjoy doing that benefit us. So when no one shows up, we're still having fun.
Yeah.
You know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether we're making salads or burritos in a jar or having a glass of wine and making sure you're bringing a couple of your friends, or maybe you know, you don't want to go this alone. I say, hey, Kay, I'm doing one of these. You want to come do this with me? Or, you know, whatever. You bring a girlfriend, or I guess if you show up and you're by yourself, you can choose to stay and have a glass of wine or not. But, you know, someone's going to show up and have a glass of wine. Like, who wouldn't? You know? I don't know. I want to challenge each of you to join a couple of meetup groups. Try them, and let's compare notes and see what we think.
Well, the whole thing is with a meetup group, my idea is like she was saying, like Kay was saying, you're going to do something that you enjoy, but you're going to just be building relationships. And then when it comes up, then, you know, so you're already enjoying something that you like. Mm-hmm. And it's free. It's free. Most of these are all free, so you don't have to like join a gym or something. And next thing you know, try to get somebody else to get interested in, even though they're already interested in health and wellness, you're already doing something that you like. That's the idea, and to build relationships. If you like to meet new people, it's a great idea because I've done them before.
Mm-hmm. I have too. But I did the board geared towards health and wellness, and I think that's where I got turned off.
That's because everybody's doing it. Everybody's trying to push their own agenda. That's why.
Mm-hmm. And so if you're specific going for that reason, yeah. Mhm. You know, maybe you've always been wanting to do a certain hike, or maybe you want to get a bunch of people up and try the new incline up in Castle Rock. I haven't done that yet. Wouldn't that be fun? Or go with someone that's already done it and then lead
Let's
it.
go do that.
I know, right? See, Katie and I can come up with all kinds of reasons why we'd want to hang. I think that's what we have to do. Create those kinds of events, then bring people with us, right? I think that'd be a blast because I've been wanting to do that forever. Okay, we're gonna do it. Okay, you guys. The last thing I want to talk about, unless you guys have any other questions about anything I've talked about. I want to, one more time, I don't know if the right people are on here because I was hoping Sarah would be on here by now, is I need to do a shred, and I'm going to be around the next few weeks to do a shred. So I was going to go ahead and lead one in our group and try that, just because I feel like if I don't lead it, we might never see the shred again. I don't know. So I was just going to give you guys a heads up, and I was going to give you guys a chance to respond when you wanted to do it. But if we want to give everybody time, and I don't know again if this is the group, but maybe I'll start do the 23rd through the 1st of April. That'll give everybody next week to build for it, and then we'll talk about it, and we'll start it on the 23rd of March. And I'll go ahead and agree to lead then. If anybody wants to help with any of the aspects of it, please let me know. But that's my plan, because that'll inspire me, because I am not going to stay home. I am going to fly, and I'm going to get a really great price ticket, and I'm going to jump on that plane, but I'm going to go to the beach, not to my mom and dad's, and I'm going to have a blast.
Oh, I wish I could go.
The only people I'm going to spread germs with are the seagulls and the seashells and that can of beer that's going to be in my hand. Oh. I'm obnoxious. Sorry, you guys.
Funny.
We better end this before I get too obnoxious. Okay, anybody else want to say anything before I stop the recording? Okay,